Mia Goth is one of my favorite final girls now. She's absolutely amazing and wonderful. Maxxxine is directed by Ty West and stars Mia Goth, Giancarlo Esposito, and Kevin Bacon. The plot follows Maxxxine as she wants to quit the porn industry and wishes to become a Hollywood star while she is being hunted by a dangerous killer, as well as her tragic past. I was a big fan of X and Pearl when they came out. I thought that they were terrific horror films, really great atmosphere, great kills, just really suspenseful movies that were really interesting and character driven. And here I was really excited for the third chapter in the X trilogy. I thought that Ty West did a fantastic job with the first two. I didn't think that there were any chances that this movie could go wrong, and unfortunately I was kind of underwhelmed with this film. I thought that it had a good few scares, kills, really good performances, really solid performances, but overall I was really let down by the screenplay, the story, and its execution. I didn't think that this movie had really good execution, and I was really uninterested in the whole slasher aspect of this film. I was expecting a lot more, and I would have enjoyed if Ty West had taken Maxxxine to more interesting places as well. I thought that she could have easily been emotionally scarred and just really disturbed by what happened with X. And I didn't think that he explored that enough. I thought that it was really brushed over. It was like quickly mentioned in Maxxxine, but like not enough. And also, this movie deals with like the porn industry, and we don't really see much. We don't have any glimpses of what it's like, or except like one scene, and that's it. I would have liked maybe for the movie to have delved deeper in that, and deeper in what Maxxine's state of mind is. And we really don't get much more character development on Maxxxine, which is really disappointing to me. I thought that this movie would have like at least given me that, but I don't think that it was really all that creative or satisfying, unfortunately. Mia Goth is still great here as the character. She's fantastic. She's the reason why you want to see this movie, in my opinion. I think that she's the main bright spot of this film. All the acting is solid. Giancarlo Esposito is really fun here as well. And he was already in this year's Abigail, and here he plays in another horror film. And I think that he's a really solid performer. He's a great actor. And also Kevin Bacon I liked a lot. I thought that Kevin Bacon played really an interesting and different role that he usually plays. They are sort of caricatures of people in Hollywood from the 1980s. They come right out of there, and they don't have much like depth to them. But I really enjoyed their performances, and I thought that they were both great in the movie, like Mia Goth. Like I said, I did not like the killer or the slasher aspect of this film. I thought that this movie was really tame in its violence. I was expecting it to be a lot more violent than it actually is. And by the time this movie wraps up, without spoiling anything, it just really feels like it's honest, satisfying, and this wasn't the right story for Ty West to tell. I love Ty West as a director. I thought that he did a fantastic job with both X and Pearl, but they both had meaning. They both, in my opinion, furthered the story along, and they were just fantastic movies. Here, I felt like I was kind of wasting my time. And I just really was underwhelmed by all of it, by the whole experience, unfortunately. I like the production design of this film. It really looks like the 1980s. I just like the era of this film where it takes place. We see a bunch of movie sets. We see a familiar house as well, but I don't think that they used like this house in really much effect. Kind of like this entire film, I felt like they could have gone places. This movie really doesn't feel like it's a part of the X trilogy. It feels kind of like its own thing. And I think that's really a bummer because Pearl and X really go well together. But here I feel like Maxxxine sort of like goes on its own, and I just don't think I will ever rewatch this film. I just don't really feel like it. Feel like watching it again. But I have watched X and Pearl numerous times, and it really feels to me like the story could have ended at X. That's what Maxxxine really indicates to me, is that the story was over and that there's nothing really new to say. There's nothing new to tell. And that's kind of a bummer. I was expecting more out of this film. I didn't get it. I wasn't satisfied truly. I probably could give this movie like just a C. I think that it's really underwhelming. It's okay at best. Let me know what you think of Maxxxine down in the comments below. Does it satisfy as a trilogy ending for you? Did you enjoy the film? Mia Goth's performance? What do you think of it? Please let me know. Please subscribe. See you next time. Bye.
Maxxxine, I'm the private detective. I had to find you. My employer is a very powerful man. The past ain't finished with you. It's gonna keep knocking at your door.
Tragically, another victim of the Night Stalker.
If I knew 3 people who were murdered in 3 days, I'd be pretty scared. What are you hiding, Maxxxine?
If I tell you something, we've got confidentiality.
What'd you do?
This is the defining role of your career. Whatever's going on in your life that's interfering with this picture, squash it.
I intend to.
Maxxxine.
Maxxine.
Maxxxine.
You're a fucking movie star.